All right, Mr. Miller.
What's up?
Must be towards the end of the week. I feel like this could be a Friday type of episode. I'm feeling good about the week. How about you?
I am too. Thank you for pulling me out of my data brain.
Tunnel vision, man. You almost went there, but we pulled you out. And we need to be attentive to this one. What does a Scrum Master care about, Todd?
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I think that a lot of things, when it's weird because I keep wanting to think like monitor versus care. Is there a difference? That probably
maybe.
I think communication in the Scrum team, or am I going too tactical there?
Well, I wonder if it's the relationships and the collaboration and the ability of all these people to work together, and maybe that's a way to say it, right?
Yeah, I think that's more where I was looking, because I can't help but think that exercise that we run, right, in some of our classes, where we talk about how the Scrum Master can help to facilitate communication with the product owner and the development team, the product owner and the stakeholders, the developers and stakeholders, product owner and the customer, and how they're interacting with everybody, the Scrum team and the organization. And we're looking for what happens when there's problems there, and what happens when they don't communicate. And I'm thinking about that, and it just seems like a lot of what happens when they don't communicate is really bad stuff, right? It's bad stuff for people, it's bad stuff for the environment, and it's bad stuff for delivery. And so I think that you probably put it a little bit more eloquently and interpreted what I was mentioning there. So thank you.
Yeah. No, I think you did it fine. And when I think about what does a Scrum Master care about, when I'm in a Scrum Master role, what I really don't want to be the source of impediments or issues. I really care about that. I don't want to hurt the people I'm supposed to be serving, right? I want to make sure that I'm showing up in a 100% honest, genuine, correct way, that I'm bringing forward the best Scrum knowledge and agile practices that I can to help the team, that I'm doing things at an organizational level, that I'm popping that Scrum bubble, that I'm doing things at an organizational level that's helping make delivery easier for the Scrum team, right? Quite honestly, when I'm in a Scrum Master role, I care about shipping. I want the team to be wildly successful, and I care about them enough to do what needs to be done to help get them there. But yeah, it's those kind of things. Like, how do I help these awesome people? How do I serve them in a way that will lead to them being successful? And how do I push down, or how do I kind of push to the side all the things that, like, what about my next promotion? Or what about, how do I push all that selfish stuff aside and actually just make it about service to others? And those are the things that I really care about when I'm in the role. Like, how do I get my mind right so that I can actually be an effective, positive agent of change and purpose for this team, right?
Yeah.
That's where my head typically goes.
Yeah, I like where you're going with that too. And how do I make how do I make other people successful?
Yeah.
Right. Including my developers, my product owner, the Scrum team. How do I make other people successful? I had someone that once told me that they're like, Todd, your job is to make them look good.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes it's to make some of the things that are troubling the team or causing issues visible, so that eventually they can look good. Sometimes it's our, what we also care about is helping teams learn the hard lessons early so that they can never have to go through those things again. And it's really, what do I care about? I care about getting myself right so that I can then turn around and help other people. I think that's how I would synthesize a lot of the things that we've both said.
Yeah, I think that's a good point too. And we all have good days and bad days, good hours and bad hours. I think the idea though is to have more good than there is bad, and when you're in the good spot, cascade that upon the world. When you're in a bad spot, get over it and move on. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm taking it a little bit too far with that, but I agree with that
think
too.
I think you're in a great spot with it, right? I mean, there's going to be good days and bad days. I've certainly had to apologize to Scrum teams far more than I would like to remember. And you know what? They've always shown me grace, and they've always shown a willingness to forgive and move on. And we're all human, man. You know, I care about that human stuff, and just let doing the right things for the right purposes. And you know, yeah, I think it's I think that's a good things to chew on and think about. What can you reflect on, right, as a Scrum Master right now? What are the things that you care about? Let us know in the comments. You know, maybe we're way off the mark. Maybe you're worried about velocity, and that's the thing that we should care about. Tell us.
I hope not.
Hope not, but tell us in the comments. You know, what do you care about as a Scrum Master? Is it the people? Is it the interactions? Is it both? We'd love to hear those. Check those out. Maybe they'll turn into a new video, right?
Yeah.
But Todd, I think we're good on this one, at least for now. I'm sure there will be some follow up. Be sure to check out the socials, like and subscribe. You know what Todd and I care about is that you subscribe and like this show so that you know when the next one drops. Right? We want to make sure we get this knowledge out to you. We want to help make your day a little bit better. We hope we did that. Check out the extra videos we've provided below. Maybe one of those could be a help to you. Maybe it's a blessing in your day. But if not, well, maybe the next one will be. So like and subscribe so you can check that out. Go forward, scrum on, keep calm, all that fun stuff. And we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks.